Hello again, everybody. And this is part two of strategies for licensees. All right, so we hopefully reviewed part one. If you have any questions about part one, please feel free to contact me. This is part two. Again, this will be about a 12-15 minute video at the most. All right, there will be a question. There will be a Dropbox question for this one, though, okay? So please pay attention. Some of the strategies for licensee we were talking about. As we continue with our discussion, you need as a licensee, as a manufacturer, to determine what the lifespan of the property is. All right, consider whether the property lifespan is at the beginning, in the middle, at the end, and you got to analyze this before you acquire the property. All right, there's really no point unless you can capitalize heavily and quickly on acquiring a property whose lifespan is at its end. All right. This comes down to your skills, right? You want to grab the property while still balancing the demand and having a constant supply. All right, so you want to get when you know there's going to be demand for the product, is when you want to acquire that property, but you don't want to have too much supplies so that when the demand runs out, you're left with, a lot of extra supply or a lot of extra inventory. Okay? And in doing this, be careful of hot properties. All right, properties that are quick, they pop up, they have a very short lifespan, and they just die off. By the time you get the license and you get the manufacturing done and get it to the shelves, the property may have already died out. All right, or demand for the property may have already died out. So just be careful for these hot properties, these that pop up quickly. You'll be left with too much inventory. All right. Another thing you need to consider is timing. All right. Your timing should coincide with the licensor's plan. All right. So the licensor has their timing. We talked about it in strategies for licensors. Like for movies, you want to get it out there, get the products on the shelves, 4 to 6 weeks before. For TV, after there's already a hit, that kind of thing. So your timing should coincide with the licensor's overall plan. But you have to take into account as a licensee that there's going to be some period of time for contract negotiations, product development. You're going to have to develop some prototypes. You're going to have to get that product out there to the public through trade shows, trade magazines, all that other stuff. All right. So even though your timing needs to coincide with the licensor's overall timing plan, you need some lead time taking into account all these other considerations: contracts, product development, prototypes, all that good stuff. Again, as we talked about before, was the appropriate time to launch a property? Film licensors, they like it 2 to 4 weeks before the film's opening. I think 4 to 6 weeks is a little bit better, but the book says 2 to 4. That will not be a question on the next quiz, so don't worry about it, because there's a discrepancy between what I believe and what the book believes. I think you need a little bit more lead time, But, like we talked about, the licensor, they may want to tease months before. All right, so you need some lead time to get that product on the shelves. You need to negotiate it. You need to get it on the shelves 2 to 4 to possibly 6 weeks before. Also, timing comes into play when we're talking about various holidays like Halloween, Christmas, Easter, my birthday, of course. And that's going to be your question. All right? Your question for the Dropbox is, when is Professor Amano's birthday? All right? And I'll give you a hint. It was last Friday. Okay? So last Friday was my birthday. My birthday is March 4th. All right? So on the Dropbox, put March 4th, and you get your points. All right, so you need to time that right. You need to get me my gifts ahead of time. All right, you can't just send me my gift now. You can't send me the card now. I'll make you a deal though. If you text me or email me a happy birthday, I will give you an individual 2 points on the next quiz. All right, even though my birthday was last week. All right, so you got to time all these things. Back to school, movie releases. So in your licensing strategy, your licensing plan, you need to get the stuff on the shelf. So that means you got to do the contracts, prototypes, all that stuff. So if you're doing a new prototype for a Halloween mask or a Halloween outfit, you can't start negotiations on October 25th. It's not going to work. Okay? Timing, the goal, again, I said like before, is to balance the demand and the supply throughout the life of the property. All right, and this is going to count on your skills. Your skills as a licensor or a licensee. As a manufacturer, you're going to have to analyze this stuff, know when the best time is, know what the best lead time is, and get the demand out there to coincide with the supply throughout that life of the property. Okay? Again, these are your skills. When to launch, when to expand, when to cut back. None of this is an exact science. It's very difficult to figure out, but these are the skills you're going to have to know. This is going to gain. You're going to gain these skills through your experiences, as a fashion merchandiser out there. All right, so be aware of it now, and then as you get out there and getting your experience, analyze it and say, no, I think this would be the best time, and watch others. Watch how your bosses do it or your managers do it. Okay. In coming up with your licensing strategy, you also need to understand what kind of promotional support you're going to get. All right. So as you're aware of sports, there I go with sports again. Fashion merchandisers, promotions prolong the life of a property. If you do not promote your property, it'll die on the shelves. So you need to promote it. You need to create awareness. All right. So you need to promote your goods. Some promotion activity, what is the licensor? What promotional activity are they going to provide you? All right. What promotional activity is going on with the core brand? All right, the core property, the licensor. What kind of promotions are they doing with their overall brand? All right, and how much is going to be directed towards the licensed product? All right, so this is all you need to take this in. All right, the core brand is highly promoting its goods right now. It's highly promoting its brand right now. Well, that's good for you. That works well for you as a licensee and the manufacturer. All right, because they're heavily promoting. That means that's going to trickle over to you too. Okay, and then you also want to analyze how much promotion is going to be directed towards your product. All right, so it's your specific product, and you'll find that out through contract negotiations. You'll find that out through your communications with the licensors. Again, you got to take this all into account. It's appropriate time to launch. All that good stuff. Also, as a licensee, you should know exactly what rights the licensor owns. All right, because you're going to be licensing trademarks. You're going to be licensing patents or whatever it is, typically trademarks, brands from the licensors. You want to make sure that they own them, okay, and they have the authority to grant you that license. All right, so you got to do your due diligence on that. You should know exactly what the licensor owns. How do they own this trademark? Do they own this word mark? Do they own this slogan? And how long have they owned it? And how much longer will they own it for? All right, and do they have the rights to grant it? Very important. All right, because you need to protect yourself as a licensee. You are paying for the right to utilize that intellectual property, that trademark. All right, so you need to make sure that the licensor has done what they need to do to protect that trademark. All right, if it's not properly licensed, if it's not properly trademarked, if it's not properly doesn't conform with the intellectual property laws, you may not, as a licensee, you may not have a right to produce a good or manufacture a product. All right, with that brand on it. So you want to make sure that the licensor has those rights and they protected those rights. And this is information you can get, through the trademark offices and whatever. All right. Also, one of your strategies as a licensee, when you're in negotiations with the licensor, exclusivity is going to come up. Do you have the exclusive rights to use this trademark? Or is it a non-exclusive agreement? Okay? You may be one of many manufacturers. All right? You may be one of many manufacturers in a certain product category. You may be the only manufacturer in a certain product category. All right? So you need to analyze the exclusivity of the deal. The NFL had an exclusive trademark license agreement with Nike, with Reebok for 10 years. Well, Reebok was the only one that could use the NFL trademarks. It was exclusive. They had it. They've now changed. Now they have a non-exclusive deal with Nike. All right, and they have other minor licensing arrangements with Reebok, Adidas, Under Armour, those corporations. All right, but these are all things that are going to come up in negotiations when you're negotiating out a licensing agreement. Another thing you need to do, one of the other strategies as a licensee, as a manufacturer, is to analyze the competition. All right, you need to look at the properties competition. All right, is there so much, or there's so many, I'm trying to think of something, so many t-shirts out there that there's a diluted value to what you're getting. All right, so just look around, look at what the competition looks like. All right, you're getting a license from Nike. All right, their competition, Under Armour, Adidas, Reebok. All right, those are good companies. They're going to try to continue to get market share. Is Under Armour going to take more property share from Nike in the future and dilute the value of your trademarks, of your licenses? You need to analyze that. All right, you need to also look at the licensor's overall business plan. All right, analyze their books. Analyze what their 5-year plan is, their 10-year plan is. All right, are they overextended? They have too many licenses out there? Are they overextended with the banks? Are they making money? Are they handling too many properties? All right. Are they promoting their goods? Are they spending too much on promotion? Are they spending too much on advertising? All right. So you need to look at their plan and analyze their plan. So, and this is all you can get this in. This is your due diligence in licensing negotiations. You want to see their business plan? They will give it to you. Just like they're going to want to look at yours. Where are you? What is your manufacturer? What do your designs look like? So you want to see their plan. You want to see where they get their money from. All right, are they making money? You want to see their balance sheets. You want to see their income statements. All right, and then you're going to analyze them and see whether this is a good fit for you. This is all part of your strategy. All right, and then the last thing you want to analyze as a licensee is the payment structure. All right, what royalties you're going to have to pay? What are the amount of those royalties? When are they due? All right, are there guarantees? How much guarantees? And all these the royalties, the guarantees, and any advances you may have to give the licensor. They should make sense for you. Okay, you can't give away the farm. All right, just because you want that license. All right, the royalties, the guarantees, and the advances should make sense and balance with how much money you're going to make, how much of a profit you're going to make. You don't want to be manufacturing products and all that money goes to the licensors, and you got enough money to pay your bills and walk away with nothing. Okay? So really analyze the payment structure, know what your margins are, know what your goals are, what your forecast, and make sure that at the end of the licensing agreement, you're going to make a profit. Okay? That's it for this module with 2 videos. This is video 2. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for reviewing this. Remember to answer the question in the Dropbox. And again, please, any questions, any comments, any concerns, always feel free to contact me. Thank you.